Hello everybody, welcome to Try It Out Tuesday. I hope you are well. I've just realised I haven't grabbed my phone or put it on silent, so I will do that. As you join in, please say hello, give us a wave. Comments are great. Comments are fabulous because it lets other people know, because it tells your friends that we're live and blah blah blah. So it all helps with the old algorithmness, you see. Now, hello Shazza, look at you first in. Good girl. Okay, so I've already lost my train of thought. Never mind. It was probably rubbish anyway. Okay, first things first. Probably not apparent. This, if you're not in the mood for waffle, this probably isn't the live for you today, and I'll tell you for why. I've got an absolutely cracking headache, haven't been able to get rid of it all day, and I feel it's starting to impact my thought processes. So I'm going to do my best to give you a quality live in good time, but I'm promising nothing. I will try, but that's all I have. And depending on who you ask, I'm very trying. So there you are. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. You might not have seen, because I don't think I actually did anything to tell you, that we have some, not all, because they didn't all come, from Ranger, the new Dina Wakley colours of paint. Okay, we have Iris, Cocoa, Mustard and Raspberry. Sam did use some of these in the reel that she posted today, so you can see that on Facebook. I don't know, yeah, I'm sure she put it on Instagram as well. Okay, so she's done a little reel doing a journal page using these. All right, so I'm thinking the mustard tonight. I'm thinking we're going to go for a whole yellow theme. And I'll tell you for why, to remove a lot of the thought processes from my brain that it's obviously not capable of. You may have also seen I was doing, both Sam and I actually were doing some Doodle art photo box restocks over the weekend. And I did this lovely yellowy Dandedaisy. So that is going, so that coupled with this page with a bit of yellow ink already on it, I was like, bish bash bosh, that is deciding the theme, isn't it? You see? Banging. Lovely. Love it. Love it. How are we all though? Are we having a good week? I do hope so. I can't do anything about it if you're not. You know, unfortunately, my hands are tied. Oh, I did also treat myself to this week as well. A new pack of Catalyst paper, 3 and 4. Okay. So if you haven't, because I've been using them a lot recently, and I promised Sam that when I got some new ones, that I would look after them properly. That's why they're still in the bag. The paint's not showing in stock, so I'm not sure what's gone wrong there. Okay, I'll have a look at that after. Okay, so this is Catalyst paper number 4. Okay. As you can see, lots of loveliness here. These are really sort of freehand styled ones. There is a little bit of template work, but not a lot. But they're really sort of just go for it paper. Okay, so this is number 4. Okay, and then Sam has put the link for 2, but this is number 4. Okay, and then Catalyst paper set number 3 is this one. I just thought I'd give you a little look through, another look through these. Lost the live getting comments. Another feeling. And this one, also lots of beautiful sort of watercolour effect type ones, these ones. Again, a bit of template work, lots of asemic writing. Very nice. Lovely to kickstart your crafterini. Right. Okay, so that's a couple people saying they've lost the live. Your numbers start before 4, you see, that's what it is. Alright. So I'm thinking what I might do is, do I use some Catalyst paper or do I just go on roll? I think I'm going to use a little bit of that one. We're going to go very yellowy greens. Okay, so you can see on this one there's a bit of stamping, there's a bit of freehand work, there's a bit of Inkables template inspiration on there as well. So the thing about that is you've got all that to go, and if you put this on anything, because how it's printed as well, none of this will run. So you can add to it, you can add water techniques to it, and none of this will run. You can just layer other techniques on top. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to immediately rip it up. Okay, so I'm going to rip, actually I'm going to rip that way, I think, because I want some of this yellow. You'll see it will rip slightly better across the lateral. Okay, but I like that because it gives me other torn edges in a different direction. So I'm going to trim off the white edge there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the coloured edge right up to there, and then I'm going to try and give this a bit more of a, that's a bit better, a bit more of a wiggly jaunty number across there, and maybe there. But first I've actually decided I'm going to do something with the new paint. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, so we've got the big one with the eclipse. Okay, and I'm going to take some of my Dina acrylic paint. I'm going to get a brush here, take off the excess water, so a damp brush but not a wet brush. Okay, and I'm going to go straight on to this page. Oh, look at that, it's a beautiful mustard colour. And we're just going to put this, and what I'm going to do, take the ribbon out of the way, is I'm basically going to apply this to the gaps where that stenciling from before isn't. Okay, and then quickly I'm going to layer this over the top, and then with a piece of kitchen roll we're going to lift up the excess. Okay, I'm going to give it a little spritz with some water, just to make sure it's still awake. And we're going to lift that off to give us more of sort of like a ghosted sort of effect. And as that dries, that will show up better and better. So we'll give that a little waft with the heat tool. And there you can see the pattern from the big one coming through. Okay. And then over the top of that, we're going to put our papers. Now, I don't want anyone to panic. I have got me a new tub of collage medium. Okay. But you know, that's not being opened. That one's empty. I will say this though, I got myself a new tub of the grit paste opaque, and it's much more fluid than I remember. I've obviously been leaving the lid off this one for ages, because look how dry and sticky that is. Ah well. So it worked, didn't it? It all worked absolutely fine. Okay, so we're going to go on in this corner. This one here. Okay, and I'll be going over the top with my collage medium as well as underneath, because it just gives it a really good seal. So I'm just working in my notebook as well, so I always like to make sure that's given a sort of go over with collage medium or stamping tissue or something like that anyway, just to give it that extra bit of protection from stuff going through to the other side. So basically we're just using this to layer up, but I don't want to completely cover the leaves and stuff that are there from that template, because that's what sort of inspired the choice of colour theme. So the Bee Crafty deck for week 8 went live yesterday. This needs a bit of book page, I think. So Make sure you check that out if you haven't yet. If you haven't started the Bee Crafty deck yet, there's still time to join. You know, you can always either catch up or sort of start where we are now and then work your way backwards as and when you get time. You know, please feel free to join in. You think they've made it more liquid? You don't think it's just me? Well, that's a relief. I thought it was just the sort of abusive nature of what I've been putting mine through. And effectively, what I like to do with the papers is use them across the seams. So it looks like they're the sort of joining factors. And I don't worry about hanging over the edge because you can always snip them off at a later time. But yeah, Sam and I have been discussing this week, it's something we touched on like the last week. Sam and I have been discussing this week that it's weird, we absolutely love like stamping and colouring in and making stuff for previously mentioned folder box. So for example, this is my doodle art one currently. I haven't finished cutting out everything. You see, it's looking quite well stocked really, it's doing alright. Yeah, I did some more dragonflies and stuff. Anyway. We love doing that, and obviously we love using them. These little reels are giving us life at the minute. But, funnily enough, we don't like doing both on the same day. It's one of the few things that Sam and I seem to craft the same at. You know, we love doing the stamping and colouring in and everything, but when we're art journaling, making tags, doing our MDF, that sort of thing, we want the images to be ready. Do you see what I mean? Now, I don't know about you peoples. I'm just going to go over this with a sort of dry brush just to sort of rub it all in. Like a little bit of moisturiser. We're getting lots of questions at the minute on the reels about the adhesive we use. That is the Collage Matte Medium. We use it for pretty much everything. Okay? So, it's the go-to for us. It's why we have them in the different sizes, because if, you know, make sure that if you run out, you don't run out of everything all at once. Oh God, I've pressed something on my phone. I was trying to look at comments. Bear with a second. There we go. You used your brayer for that today. That's quite exciting. Okay, we just think... Well, personally, okay, I find it easier. I'll give this a waff with the heat tool while I'm talking. Because you're in the groove of crafting. And also for me, I think it gives me that leaping off point when it's choosing colours or things. Alison's opposite. She prefers to stamp as you need. And I think this is the thing. When we're watching lives and we're watching other people craft and all this sort of thing, we're here to inspire you in terms of the process. We're here to give you ideas and whatever. But not in any way... Not in any way. When it comes to how you arrange yourself, should you say that that's the right or that's the wrong way to do it? Because it has to be whatever makes the creative process better for you. Do you know what I mean? There isn't, in terms of that, there actually isn't a right or wrong way. Caitlin, are you having biscuit tin trouble? Yeah. See, when you try to sneak and get the biscuit tin, but you're just too noisy. Didn't work out for you at all then, kid? No. I'm going to go from the other side. So I'm just going to lift this up. Do it a bit better. I mean, all I will say is if you are crafting, if you are stamping and colouring to order, as in, it does give like all this a real good chance to dry while you're doing it. That's all I will say. So there is that as a slight advantage. That is going to need another little waft. But what look at all this texture and loveliness. It's just beautiful. Now obviously your catalyst papers, you could also make some things like that using your stamping tissue, layering those things up, absolutely no problem at all. Using your Inkables and Dinkables to get all those other little features. Okay, I'm feeling like this is a proper right in the middle sort of a gig today, and I'm thinking maybe a transparency print for the word. We are going to add some more things to it, don't worry just yet, but I just want to see where we're going. So let's get us some transparency prints going on. I sort of did a little whistle then, sorry. I can't do it again. All right. Oh, I like resilience. I think that looks good on there. Absolutely, this is the thing with your catalyst papers. If you want to do a little bit of quick art journaling, this page could be done right now. You wouldn't need to do anything else to it. It's something I'm still practicing. Quick, and it's what I like to do in the reels, just a quick layered up, because otherwise I have a tendency to, and I've done this with several pages recently. You probably know which ones, you're probably here for them. Several pages recently where I have kept going because I felt like I should, rather than, as in you guys were here with me and I felt I needed to keep adding. And I don't think I really did need to keep adding. I think it was absolutely fine. But hey, there we go. All right, I'm going to go next. I'm going to grab, I had this stamp set here. Where is it? I'm going to grab my Journaling Essentials 2. Oh, and sorry, just a quick sidebar again. The Bee Crafty deck card for week 8 was this one, for the word prompt bird. Again, you don't need to use the prompts, use whatever. So this is your Journaling Essentials 2, and I used distress embossing glazes to emboss the leaves off Journaling Essentials 2, and then I just sort of filled in the gaps with some Sakura pens, just to give that other bit of colour. So that is your Villainous Potion embossing glaze, that is Kitsch Flamingo, and that is Fossilised Amber. Just, you know, because we stamp them a lot in black, I just thought that'd be a different sort of look, basically. Right, so I'm going to grab that leaf we were just looking at, and I'm going to grab my mustard seed. I might go for the fossilised amber in a minute, actually. And I'm just going to add this in a couple of places just to give it the hint that it's there. I don't want to stamp it in black. I don't want it overtaking the page. I think the black ink we've got for the embossed flower and on the book page is enough to balance it quite nicely. So it's just going to be almost there in the background, like a shadow almost. All right. And then what I might do, not what I am going to do, is get a fossilised amber, because I think that is the closest match to the mustard paint. If you look there, I think they're a really good match up. Okay. And because this is the oxide, you see, it will sit on top of the green of your catalyst paper. Okay. So we're going to do that there. I'm going to give that a little heat set, because obviously it is sat on top of the collage medium as well. So it is just to give it a good waft with the heat tool. You could, again, go on here with embossing glaze and give that another bit of a texture. Very, very nice. Okay. And then we'll have a go with our brand new grit paste. Marvellous. Okay. Is there a particular template Inkable Dinkable big one? Anything that anyone hasn't seen or hasn't seen recently that they would like to see again before I select my own? Nope. Ooh. See, not related, but would that be pretty good? Like the bubbles going in two different directions. Yes, I think it would. Right. So we're going to grab our grit paste. I'm going to get a palette. Yeah, you know my dinky palette that Sam really liked? Can't find it. Cannot find it, like, at all. Okay. I'll lift that up. Wow. And then I'm going to go at the top as well. Right, to where it goes off the page. Now this will pick up the colour from any of your distress, but that only matters if you're bothered. Oh, I love that. That's magnificent. Okay. Sammy, I don't think you've stolen it, darling. My craft room is such a mess that I think if you got in, you wouldn't get back out. You've got to be able to, like, scale the wall. Okie dokie. Right, so I'm going to let that just dry for a second, because I think I'm also going to, with a little bit of green, don't know even whether to add in a flash of blue, because we've got obviously this blue, no blue. Oh yes, right. So I'm going to add in some arrows. Love these arrows. These were based on a stamp design that Sam did, so you can still get those as well. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to doodle around it. Now, did I kill my micron the other day? Not entirely. I think I just made it feel quite unwell. No, I killed it. It's okay. I've got more. Right, there's about to be a craft at lunch. Tell my kids I love them. There we go. Right. Hopefully this one will work. Okay, there you go. Sam's put the link on for you for the stamp set that's got these arrows in it. And for this Dinkable set, which is... I can't remember which Dinkable set's the arrows. The bubbles, I think, came from set 7. Or is it the arrows that came 7, Sam? Set 10. I'm just going to cross that over there. Because that circle is exactly the same size on both. Okay. And then we're just going to just add in a little bit of doodling. And then I'm going to put in on this side. I think I've done it, the thing we were talking about earlier about not keeping going when you don't have to. I think I've done it. But here we are. So I think we're still fine to put that there. We're still going to put that there. So do you know what? We're going to do that. So that's what I still need to clear. Put my matte medium. At least today I can say, oh yeah, the reason I was rubbish is because my headache. Right, so what I'm going to do with your transparencies, obviously they have a sheen to them, but what I've really enjoyed doing recently, I'm going to get the brush I was using again, is making my transparencies matte. Okay, so what I do is I sort of apply the matte medium where they're going. I was hoping that would be dry by now, but it's not. Okay, so it's there, and then I mattify them with the matte medium. Okay. Now, obviously, that's still going to have a bit of shine on it because the glue's still wet. But you can see it takes that glare from it. And I've just really enjoyed doing it. I've done it on some mini journal pages in my book and some other things. And I think it just looks really good. Again, it just adds another dimension to it, which I really, really like. So I'm going to carry on with my faux stitch edge. Okay, so yeah, if you have been waiting on the restock of matte medium, it is there now. We have also restocked the gloss drops from Dina Wakley. I'm going to wait till obviously that's done. And we have also got these paints, but I will go on and check to see what's wrong with them, why they're not showing, but they will be showing by, well, give me 10 minutes after I'm finished, then they'll be showing. Okay. I have decided that I don't like the doodling I've done in that. Okay, not much I'm going to do about the long ways one. I'm going to put that back on there. And I'm going to get my acrylic block, my Super Skinny Slim. Okay. This would be better to use your blending mat for, but mine are currently on the draining board. I'll wash them all today. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to get some of my grit paste. My new grit paste. And I'm going to make it a bit mustard seedy. I don't want it to be white, you see. Give it sort of a creamy look. That's much better, isn't it? And it still works with the black one going across it, I think, that black doodled line. I think that's going to balance on there. Yeah, it will. So there we go. I think I still managed it to not overdo it. I still think going back in and doing that was the right thing there. I'm very happy with my decision-making process there, ladies and gents. I very much am. So thank you for joining me this evening. Please do make sure you do the Bee Crafty deck. Have a go, especially, you know, it's just fun and it gets your mojo going. Please share anything you make in the Bee Crafty Stamps group. We would love to see it. But if you are an Instagrammer, make sure you tag us or hashtag Bee Crafty Stamps, and I will get to you. And I will definitely comment on it because we love to see what you make. I think Sally's here tomorrow. I keep forgetting to check. I'm so sorry. And I am in Crafting Together with All Brands on Thursday. I am continuing the upload to YouTube. I'm only a couple of videos behind now, so please go and check that out. There's loads to watch. Sam and I are adding new shorts there as well. And we are looking to do some exclusive YouTube content soon, but that's not there right now. But you can catch up on any of the lives. And obviously it means you can have a real good, because it is just the videos, you can, you know, really search through, see what's using the stamps maybe you're looking for inspiration for. But if there's anything you can't find, please let us know and we will do our best to find it for you. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll go and check that on the website now, but let us know if there's anything else you need. Thank you. Bye bye.